you now?
Okay, okay, okay.
All right, cousin.
All right now. I see you.
Uh, how's it going, bro?
Oh, it's good, 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 brother. Can't complain, man. So we waiting on some other participants to get in here because I had to like quickly like change the scheduling on this right here. So it was kind of like last minute to reschedule it. And so that's why all of them are getting it late. So how you doing, cousin?
Man, I'm hanging in there, bro. I'm hanging in there.
I hear it. I hear it. I
Yeah,
heard.
how are you?
Oh man, I can't complain, man. I heard it's crazy out there, though, man.
Oh man, tell me.
Yeah, I'm just
Tell me
talking to
about it.
so many people and stuff like that, and just all of the things I'm hearing as far as people getting killed, children, they're finding people hung, just a whole bunch of different array of things. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
these brothers right here that we got coming on are basically some of these brothers have already they're either overseas already or
Mm-hmm.
they've already traveled and so the topic that's been in the air for the longest has been the topic of repatriation for a lot of different uh, African Americans and also Afro Caribbeans. A lot of them have already made those moves.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna look at is the likelihood or the possibility of how that can be made successful. You know what I mean? As far as for those that choose to do it, and for those that don't choose to do it, how they can possibly come together with other African Americans that are overseas, and how we could work together to make all of that, you know what I mean, all of the work for us, you know what I mean? And so,
Mm-hmm.
because some people just, they're not going to, and we can't expect them to, but for those that are choosing to do so, really the topic is how do you do that successfully and not, coming to run into, because it's problems anytime you move from state to state, and you're gonna have problems. So
Yeah.
so just imagine moving from one continent to another continent, and
Mm-hmm.
trials and error as far as what do's and don'ts, and people that you need to hook up with or try to already be on the ground with people. So what we're trying to do is link up like-minded people so that for those that don't choose to leave, they can also uh, get in contact with people on the ground, take visits, you know what I mean? And in the future, if they decide to do that, then they have more of a knowledge base as far as
Yeah.
how it should be done and the things that that they need to do to make a successful move. Because like there's some at least a couple of brothers coming on here right now, like myself, we just up and left. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have this type of forum to actually sit back and discuss these kind of topics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were young, we were hungry. Oh man, I'm going over here, I'm getting it. You know what I mean? And so we just ran it, and we just did it. So some of us, like myself, went back and forth, maybe 2 or 3 times. Some brothers went overseas. That was it. They didn't never go back. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
so the whole thing is to try to hook up with those on the ground, because we got a lot of people that's overseas right now at the moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and they're in different countries, and so because they're in different countries, uh, different expectations and different experiences. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
so putting into mind what one needs to expect, what is like on the ground, and also trying to hook up people that have certain skills with other people that have a desire for those skills. You know what I mean? So that's really what we need to be doing, so that we can work together, collaborate, and do functionable projects too. Because I'm building at the moment on my own, okay? And I don't really have that collaboration of people coming together, you know what I mean? And so the ideal is to get it done. Got some brothers coming in right now, so I'm gonna let one of these brothers in, you know what I mean? And so all the stuff that I'm telling you right now, this is information that the brothers, a lot of those brothers are already familiar with, you know what I mean? So, so I'm just giving you the background information on that right there so that you have that information. And I don't see the other brother. Where is he at?
As you know, I've been overseas a few times too, man, because of the military though.
Yeah, because of the military, yeah. Okay, Riz is coming in. There he goes. Riz is in the house, okay? So I just figured out how to do this, Rizza. You know what I mean? I just touched it right now, and this is what came up. So this is Brother Rizza right here. If you look at the name tags that are already set up right there, then you know the brothers who are coming in, you know what I mean? If you look on his And so this is Brother Rizza, 786, and Brother Rizza is actually connected to the Maghrib, okay, by way of marriage, okay, and also he has traveled to the Maghrib and also Ethiopia and various places, okay. And this brother right here, George, this is my second cousin right here, Rizza. You know what I mean? We go. Remember, I told you about my family that goes back to the Oh, hold on 1 minute. I got to.
This mic is not on either.
Yeah. Your mic ain't on. Your mic ain't on. Okay.
How about that?
Okay, you good. Okay.
All right. How y'all brothers doing?
Hey, well, I'm all right. How are you, brother?
All right, holding it down, family, holding it down.
Trying to get another brother up in here. Where's the other brother? Oh, okay. That's what happened. Oh. Give me a second. Oh, man. Give me a second. Because I was supposed to send this to another brother. Did I send it?
Right. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Okay. You made it in, Aki. There you go. All right. Okay.
All right. MashaAllah. Thank you for having me.
MashaAllah. So without further ado, we got some other brothers that are going to be coming in, but we already time is running and we started late. So we're gonna go ahead and move right into it. So I'm gonna introduce everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows me, Brother Scary, also better known as Abu Naima. And we got my cousin up here, okay, Brother George, right, originally out of Compton, okay.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, originally out of Compton, you know what I mean? And I think the majority of my family that was up in Compton, I think a lot of them moved down to Texas, right, George?
Yep, like myself.
Yeah, they moved down to Texas. And then we got Brother Rizza right here, and Brother Rizza is coming out of Rhode Island, okay? He's has affiliation to the Maghrib by way of marriage, okay? And he's traveled vastly around the continent. And Brother Professor Adam is from San Diego. He's from my city, man.
That's it. That's it.
So
MashaAllah.
not only is he from my city, we're from the same neighborhood, y'all. Yeah.
Same neighborhood.
Okay.
So Professor Adam is widely traveled. The brother is actually at the moment in Abu Dhabi, teaching at the university there. And so the topic, everyone's connection with the continent, I'm not really sure of that part. But before we get started, okay, because some other brothers are going to be coming in, what I wanted to do is I want to start by showing y'all a clip at the moment, okay? And so this particular clip, okay, we got 2 clips up there. All right, not this one. Okay, is that the one? Okay, here we go. Okay, so just look at this clip for a second.
Black Sit family, Black Sit family, Black Sit family. How are you? How are you all? How have you been? How are things going for you right now? I know we're living through strange times right now, so things are changing. I'm hearing that the borders are reopening, flights are coming back, so it's that all-important time for your repatriation, your time to come back home. Now, I want to talk today about a subject that we touched on in December last year, and November last year, and the beginning of this year. And that is all about citizenship. There's been a lot happening in the background, and I've been meaning to give you an update about what's been happening. So I've actually been to the CRC, and I've seen His Honourable Justice Jallo, and I also obtained a copy of the all-important report. Excuse this, I'm sorry, but some cover dropped on it, which is the report of the Constitutional Review Commission on the draft constitution for the Third Republic of the Gambia.
Okay, so the reason why I wanted to go ahead and share that, first off, is so that we get the understanding as to what's going down on the ground right now. And so this sister right here, Sister Julia, is presently doing this, they have this program where what they're doing is that they're actually trying to petition the Gambian government.
Why is this important? It's important because, of course,
is that me or is that one of y'all?
For automatic.
That may be you. Sorry, that may be you.
Yes, we are mentioned in this document. So I want to give complete and utter thank you to.
Okay. I thought I cut it off. Okay. And so what's taking place with this document here is that they repatriated and they're in the Gambia. And so basically they're petitioning because now the Constitution is being rewritten in the Gambia, okay? And the Constitution is being rewritten in relation to the colonial, trying to do away with some of the colonial documenting that was inside of the Constitution for the Gambia, okay? Mm-hmm. So in the process of writing the Constitution, they did not specifically mention us, okay? And who are we? We are the enslaved, okay? And so because we're the enslaved, what they're petitioning is that we didn't choose to go where we went, be it the UK, the Caribbeans, wherever it was, the islands, doesn't make a difference where we were. We didn't choose to go there. And because we were taken by force, our ancestors, our mothers, our great-grandfathers, or whoever they were, they all had land and they had rights to land because they were from the continent, okay? So it should be only right that every constitution that is rewritten should be written, and it should be written so that we are implemented inside of that constitution. Any one of us that decides to go home should be given automatic citizenship and should have rights to land ownership, okay? So this is the thing that's on the table at the moment, okay? And this sister right here is at the forefront of that mission right there. Other thing that I want to show you guys, okay, is
welcome to the Syndicate. I'm your host, RZA786.
And I'm your co-host, Political P.
Okay.
Welcome to our channel.
So when y'all leave up off of here, y'all make sure y'all go sign into the Syndicate. All right. This is Brother RZA and also Political Pete with that channel right there. Okay. And Political Pete, we wait for him to get up in here, but I don't know what happened to the brother. If the message, if the login key didn't work for him or whatnot. So the topic at hand at the moment is the possibilities of repatriation and the pros and cons related to it. This is what me and some of the brothers, we've been talking about for the last week or two, okay? And we've been making several videos about that. And we've been basically going forward with that notion, okay? But what we want to do is we want to take input from others to see what they think and how we should go about this. But also keep in mind that we don't expect everyone to repatriate because some people don't have the ability to repatriate, okay? But what we do want to do is we want to create an environment or a collaboration with those that choose not to repatriate where we can work together, okay, to bring about a situation where the goods that are in Africa, meaning gold, diamonds, and so forth, and oil, that they can collaborate with like-minded brothers that are in the States or in Canada or in the anywhere in Europe. Doesn't make a difference where they are in the diaspora, so that they can go ahead and we can get into business and enhance the continent by way of our personal knowledge, because we have a lot to offer the continent, okay, just because of our rich background and where we come from. So I've heard a lot from RZA, so I'm not gonna ask that brother anything at the moment, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Professor Adam speak on the topic first, so you can give us something, you know, and then we go to my cousin George, and then hopefully the other brothers should be getting in here sometime soon.
Well, again, I have to thank you for the invitation, and it's a pleasure always to be with you and to meet your esteemed guests. Also, just a beautiful thing. The topic is a very deep topic, and I think that it's something that most of us are afraid of. You know, I think that every African American should have a passport. You know, I really think it's critical, especially in these days and times. You know, we look at what's going on, we should have that, at least the feeling that someone wants us. You know, we may not want to, everybody don't want to leave, and that's cool too, but we should have that feeling that someone is ready to receive us. And when we look at places like Gambia, Ghana, I've traveled to Ghana, I traveled to Zanzibar, a lot of these places, you know, they got love for us. You know, as soon as they see us, you know, welcome home, you know, they want to give you that feeling of love. And I think that, you know, the answer to the continent is us. I mean, I think when we are able to, you know, be effective as we are in the US, I mean, because we do everything there, if we can be that into our homeland, to our home country, it'll be a benefit for both sides. But we have to study those who've done that. You know, look at Liberia. You know, we know that there was an opportunity for the brothers to do that, you know, so we got to study that and look at what happened, what are some of the things that went wrong with that. You know, I'm talking to a sister right now, she's from there, and she's trying to, you know, get some things going, like how they have Teach for America. She's going back with Teach for Liberia. She's doing all this stuff, trying to, you know, gather all this type of information, but it's tough, you know, because again, we're seen as African Americans and sometimes not quite understood, and we are not understanding what we're coming into, so there's a lot of stuff with that. But again, I think it's very important to study the movement, study those who have gone and how they were received, and look at what we have to bring to the continent. There's a lot of, I left America, and where I am now, as a doctor, I'm not just as, an African American. It's like, they're looking at credentials and everything. So, this whole notion of racism is not woven into the fabric of this nation. I'm sure there are racist people here, but it's not, within the fabric of the nation, So I think that when we are able to go home, wherever that is, whether it's, Gambia, Senegal, Ghana, wherever it is, you're going to see such love that, it has us looking differently back at the U.S. So, I just kind of want to put that out there, and I would love to hear what some of the other brothers have to say about that. And again, I'm all ears also, I'd like to hear some of the ideas.
MashaAllah. Brother George, give us your input on that. What you think, my brother, concerning, visiting, repatriating, you know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, I echo every word just said, man, because my eyes, look, we were asleep over here, okay? And one of my eyes just popped open, and I started seeing things, and I started seeing things oddly while I was doing time in the military, as going overseas and seeing things, the stuff that we do not see on our televisions and stuff like that. Social media actually helped us see the real, okay? And then it made me want to come visit, to see for myself, open up the other eye, you see? And then be able to see what I'm not being shown over here. The histories that we've been taught here, as you guys know, backwards. Everything they want us to see, we see it. And it's like, I've seen totally different, okay? When that one eye opened up, I started seeing things for what it really is. And you're right, the racism over here is off the scales. It's been brought, before we were even thought of over here, that's what was happening, and it died down for a half a second and then went pop right back up. We are out here getting hung, okay? Not just brothers, sisters too, and it's open now. It's more, what brought it to light, of course, was the cell phones that got cameras. That started opening the eyes of a lot of us brothers out here. A lot of us do want to come back home. It's just, like you said, a lot of us don't have the means to do that because we're oppressed so hard that we're not given the means to do that. Not from America, okay? And like you said, we have to have somebody on that other side on the ground that can guide us into coming to see the real. Half of us probably get over there and will not come back. We'll just drop everything, A lot of us would. And now the big problem is I know everybody want to get their whole family to come, to come home. And a lot of people would do that if they had the means to do it. If America went ahead and if the government said, okay, we're gonna give you the means to do that. We'll pay for your whole family to, go back. I bet you at least 98% of us would do it. I guarantee. See, I'm thinking, like, me myself, I'm saving up to try to, come take a visit, and I'm gonna do it.
And that's what we encourage. We encourage a visit
Mm-hmm.
Unlike, like I told you before, unlike how I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other brother, Haroon, I don't know where Haroon is at yet, but Political Pete, when I first went overseas, me and Political Pete, he came from Rhode Island, I came from San Diego. I came like about same year. He's been overseas now for 25 years. And I've been overseas now for about 23. But we just gave up everything and just left. Okay. And so we didn't have what we're trying to arrange and establish, the connections that we need. Because we were young. And when you're young, you got that kind of fire in you. You just like, nah, damn, I'm gonna do it myself. So, and so that's just how we did that. You know what I mean? Also, Brother Rizza, go ahead and tell us something as far as, because Brother Rizza has traveled tremendously also. And, you know, his perception is, you know, I'll let him go ahead and roll it out on his own.
Peace, brothers. Peace. Thanks for having me on again, Brother Askari. It's been my pleasure. My take on repatriation is rather, I'm on the opposite side of the coin. Although I believe it's important that we collaborate with our brethren on the continent, establish ties. I don't support this mass exodus. I don't support that. I don't think it's strategic. And there isn't anything new under the sun for us here in the United States. There isn't anything else that could be done to us that hasn't already been done. Now you hear various arguments on YouTube stating we Black Americans, African Americans do not want to repatriate because we want a seat at the white man's table. And I say, I don't want to say what I would say, but I say nonsense. We're the legs that hold the table up. We're the legs that hold the table up. And we've been on the front line for 400 plus years. So having been to the continent and been brought up with Africans from a young age, I'm all for those of us who want to make that move. I support you. Let's build together. You know what I'm saying? What I am against is there's a group of us that are using fear-mongering tactics towards African Americans who do not want to just get up and go.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fear-mongering tactics saying, oh my gosh, y'all are being killed. Oh my, y'all need to just come home. You know, there are those tactics. And so many others, you know.
Don't forget the coined, the one that we coined.
Oh, that's right. This Wakanda, this notion of Wakanda. You feel me? And I think it's disingenuous. I really do. You have, just for the record, you have millions of people, millions, fighting to get here to the United States, a country we established. Not just with slave labor. People like to focus solely on slave labor, but we were a part of the intellectual fabric of this country. NASA was backed by Black scientists. I mean, we can go on. Washington, D.C. was lit up by Benjamin Banneker. So like from the onset, we've been here contributing to the advancement of this country. So to expect me to just get up and go on the grounds of they're killing us. I've been on my post for 400 years. I've been on my posts. And I see victory on the horizon. That's not the way to approach me. Don't approach me like that. We put in too much work. to be for our plight to just be overshadowed with some fear mongering stuff. You know, we got ancestors buried here who died just so we could be here today representing. So I believe it would strengthen Africa's position having us here and going back and forth and working together. You know, we'll control both sides of the Atlantic. I think that's more strategic than this mass exodus. When you got millions of Africans and other foreigners dying to get here. If the US government gave out a memo to all their embassies in every country where they have an embassy, hey y'all, listen, we're giving out 5,000 free visas. First 5,000, first come, first serve. Each of those countries would have it. It'd be a state of emergency. It'd be a state of emergency. They'd have to call in their local FEMA, National Guard, Navy, Air Force, everything. It'd be crazy because people trying to get here. So what I'm saying is Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, America's our home, Africa's our throne. So I'm all for those of us who want to go and uplift the continent and work together as family. I'm all for that. I support that 1,000%. I just don't like the narrative of people using these fear-mongering tactics when everybody else is trying to get here. I think that's kind of like, comes off like you running game on me. Kind of comes off like you running game. Like you're trying to get me to give up what I work for. You're trying to bamboozle me. You know, I done built this house. My grandparents done built this house from the ground up. Now here I am, a grandchild. And you want me to just abandon the house they built so you could move in and then label me homeless? Now I don't got a home now. I'm homeless. I'm hoping somebody accepts me because I don't got a home. I can't speak for everybody else. I can't speak for all of you, but I got a home. I got a home. I got a home. And it's right here. Africa's my home as well, but this is my primary home. This is where all my ancestors are buried. When I go to the graveyard to visit, they're all here. They're all here. Memories that my grandparents shared with me. Most of them are here. Some of them are in Cape Verde Islands, but the majority are here. And so, you know, I'm very supportive of the notion of collaboration and working together. I mean, that's how the United Nations works. They're not just all in one place. They're global powers. And so they have reach. And we need that. We got about 300 plus million blacks in the diaspora between North America, Central America, and South America, in the Caribbean. That's a huge block. That's a huge block. We need to strengthen our positions where we're at and then start to work together. Tri-continental, you know. So without further ado, that's pretty much my stance, my brothers, on this.
And so, yeah, we respect that, you know, and this is the reason why I got the RZA on here. You know what I mean? Because we can't all have the same position, because it takes more than one position in order to make the whole thing work. And so we don't expect all brothers to lead. And in fact, as I said the other day, you know what I mean? Some of those brothers need to stay on that side over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some shenanigans we just not gonna have and we don't need. You know what I mean? And my point, like I was telling the brothers the other day, is that we need people that we don't want a situation where like the UK did, or like me and RZA, we talked about all this week. We went further into the study on Liberia, because this has already been done. And so it's about knowing what took place and why those things happen. And first and foremost is that we need to understand that the United States government was behind the people leaving from places like Virginia and I think South and North America, North Carolina, and so they supported that, okay, and in turn they you know they sent over people, and a lot of the mindset, okay, is that there wasn't a cultural awareness, so to say, okay? And so you had a lot of people that were still in Liberia said to have been selling slaves and so forth and so on, okay? So when that is taking place, of course, okay, you can already imagine what would be the reaction to the enslaved, okay? So that just goes without saying. So that like the professor said, Professor Adam mentioned the fact that Liberia has to be looked at in more detail, so that one understands what needs, how that transition should be made, and how it can be made, in a way where it benefits those that are coming. Okay, and so that's the whole reason for coming together, having the meetings to continue the discussion. Now, there's other issues that are also on the table. This is just one of the concerns that we have. Okay, and so this right here is a document that that the sister Julie from the UK and her husband from the islands is presenting to the Gambian government. And so if this document goes into consideration, what will eventually take place is that it will be hopefully pushed around to all of the other countries in the on the continent, so that we will be considered no matter where we want to go. Okay, and also there is another topic that's in the air, and this topic is about repatriation. I mean, not repatriation, but reparations from African nations. Okay, so why? Because another sister, and this sister's from, she's from Nigeria, and so they're raising this concern. Why? Because we're the enslaved, and we didn't get enslaved. It's just not as if, oh, Europeans arrived and they would just run around the continent just taking people. There were other Africans that assisted them and captured people from other tribes and sold them to them. So those people that are still there are in positions of power at the moment. So what is being presented at the moment is that the continent or governments in Africa need to pay reparations just as well as Europeans, because they had a hand somewhat in it. Okay, and so these are things. Of course, this topic is far away from a resolution, for the simple fact that the long-standing topic, which is reparations from the Americas and from the UK, has been on the table for the longest. And in the UN, I think they've already said that we're old. Okay, so the other one is new. So telling how long it will be discussed, but those are other topics that we need to also be talking about. And so these are basically the positions that we have. You know what I mean? What we talked about in the past is that we've talked about the pros and cons, and we talked about the pros and cons of repatriating, and staying where you are. You know what I mean? So all of it, have pros and cons. But I think the pros and cons change depending on who you are. Okay, depending on who you are, the pros and cons change. Okay, and so from my position, you know what I mean. I like where I sit at the moment. You know what I mean. I had no problem. You know what I mean. So what I'm saying? And me and his RZA's partner, Political Pete, we both met in 1996 when I first went to Sudan, and we both married from Sudan. So we both, we've been in this region he's been over here for 25 years. I've been over here for about 23. Last time I was back was 1999. You know what I mean? So we're pretty much cemented inside of the fabric here. I can't see myself going back. You know what I mean? It's just. Yeah. It's I don't even know how I would do the day to day if I did. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. You know what I mean?
You make some very interesting points, and I also what Brother RZA was saying. It rings clear. It rings very clear, and I hope that no one's talking about giving up their position. No one's talking about giving up their position, but I think just the whole relationship that we have with Africa has been skewed. As the brother was saying, about what we've been taught and all this kind of stuff. I went to a family reunion. We have a family reunion every year in North Carolina, right? So I'll go to the family reunion, and one, little brother's coming to me. He said, "Man," he said, "You in our family?" I was dressed kind of like how the brother RZA is dressed right now. I said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Man, you look like you from Africa, man." I said, "Man, yeah, you from Africa too." No, I'm not, man. I mean, so it's this whole relationship that we have with Africa that needs to change, So whether or not you see yourself going or whatever, because, but just to understand that there's a home. I mean, I think that's what strengthens, the Latino, that's what strengthens the Mexicans, to know that you got a country. I mean, you want to come to America because, you got something there too, but to know that you have somewhere that's going to receive you, and so I think that just having that whole idea, is going to strengthen, it's like having that love, that love from a real home, and of course, what you were saying rings so true even to me. I mean, I have family in North Carolina where towns named after me. I mean, they bring me there and they show me all these churches and, wish I was a Christian minister so I could jump right up there and take over for my great-great-grandfather, and just to know, the story. I mean, it's an interesting story that he indentured himself, to get this money, to buy this land in North Carolina, the land that we have right now, so it's there, it's in the family, So no one would give that. No one would give that up, I would hope. I wouldn't give it up. At the same time, I think that it's really, really important to strengthen ourselves globally. We can't just think that this is it for us. We need to strengthen ourselves globally, and I think that would make our position better. And I think that that's probably why most races look at us like because we don't really have that connection. It's like we're kind of like lost. But
if America was to fall apart at the moment, they would all be like roaches and go back to where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
There's a false
their European ancestry and cross, to get, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them, remember we talked about this the other day, RZA, is that a lot of them still have dual citizenship.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they come to America, they still have, they apply for citizenship, like you were saying, okay? And they got something that they can call home.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that other than what we have in America, okay? And, if the situation was to collapse, okay, because, time is running out here, brothers, and, it's getting late. What I hope to do is because I see some brothers. This topic is definitely a serious topic, and some other brothers were actually supposed to come on, and because of the system that I actually got set up right now, it doesn't give me an extended time. So I'm looking to upgrade and get the extended time. I'm on a black man's budget still. You know what I mean? So but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep everybody posted on the next live that we do post to have, and also send you updates on the things in which we will be going over. Okay. Also, chime into Brother Rizza has a channel which is called The Syndicate. Okay, which I showed you guys the clip of The Syndicate just a moment ago. And also, you guys know that you can chime in with me at the Hakikatal I Am. The Bow Tie Chronicles is one of our programs that we got going on. We have another program that is called 40 Acres and No Mule, which it should be coming out the end of this month. And the RZA has